everybody. My name is Fran. I'm a registered nurse and a yoga therapist at Cornell Medical Center in New York City. And thank you for coming to my yoga class today. So we've been putting together segments of an entire yoga class and working slowly and very methodically with certain poses. And tonight we're going to put a lot of those pieces together into one full class. So it won't be quite as slow, but don't worry, it's not fast. And there won't be quite as much attention to detail, although I can't help myself. Sometimes I just get over, I do a little too much of that, but especially if people are beginners, I think it's important. Please don't do anything that doesn't feel right. Please don't do it. If you can't come down to the floor, don't come down to the floor. You can use your furniture. There's so many ways to modify a yoga practice. Okay, so let's come to get comfortable and close your eyes. And I'm just going to read something that I think is really so appropriate for now. Goals and contingencies, as I've said, are important, but they exist in the future and the past, beyond the pale of the sensory realm. Practice, the past mastery, exists only in the present. Each practice brings us back to the importance of now, the now, be here now. Our achievements are simply the byproducts of our ability to realize the potential of the present moment. That is what we are here to learn. That is the juice. So just think about what that might mean to you being in the present moment and how that applies to your situation right now. And if you're new to the call, if you just came on, you'll need a strap if you have one, or a men's tie and a blanket. But again, not a big deal. You can use things from your house. So, okay, so let's come to all fours. So your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. So let's just make some circles going one way. And you can have your arms wide. Actually, they don't really have to be so underneath the shoulders for this particular warm-up. So you can take them out a little wider. You can see mine is wide. And just make some circles. And then go one more time one way. And then one more time another way. And then we're going to do a variation of cat-cow, except I'm not doing so much of the rounding, the extreme rounding or the arching either. So again, now I'm on all fours, and you can see in this pose, my hands are underneath my shoulders. So from here, I'm going to inhale and exhale. I'm going to bring my buttocks back down to my heels, bring my head to the floor and just stretch out. And then I'm going to inhale and come up. You can give a slight arch to your back if you want, but I'm going to keep my back straight here. I mean, it does get stretched a little bit and arched up a little bit as you go back and forth, but I'm focusing more on just flowing back and forth. So it's slightly different from cat-cow. And just make that into a flow. Do that a few more times. And then come back to your tabletop. Bring your hands to your waist and just you're on your knees. Take the left arm up overhead. Inhale and extend the torso on the exhale. To the right, sorry. Let the head and neck be soft. There's no scrunching up of the shoulders. You relax. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, take the right arm up. Get nice and long. Inhale. Exhale, extend the torso over to the left now. And you're looking out sort of beyond your right armpit. And inhale up, and then come on down. Okay, bring one foot out in front of the other. Curl your back toes under. Lift your back knee and come up with a flat back. Okay, and now we're going to get into some sun salutations. First, we'll do some half salutations. So, come to your mountain pose. And what's your mountain pose? Where are your feet? The imaginary triangle under the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, middle of the heel. Engage your thighs. The pelvis is neutral, so the energy on the front of the body comes up. Energy in the tailbone is going down. Spine lifted, chin parallel. See, I told you I can't help myself with all these instructions. Inhale, take the arms out. Chin is parallel. Inhale, up. And exhale, just fold the arms in front of the pelvis, bend the knees as you come up again. Relax the shoulders when you bring, your arms up above. So inhale, and then exhale, and then flow with it. Do the flow. Bend and bend as you come up. Bend and bend. Nice deep breaths. Open those lungs. Get those alveoli working. Up, and now we're going to go down a little further. So now you're coming down, you're bending the knees really pretty far, and if this is too much on your knees, don't do it. Just do the first part that we did. All right, one more time like this. Inhale, up, and then exhale, come forward, bring your hands to the floor, and then come to your knees. Okay? From here, bring your hands to the floor and bring your right leg back. And just feel this long line of stretch through the entire right leg from the toes up to the pelvis. Switch it out. Left leg. Good. And then both knees down. Rise up to be kneeling again. And then take your right foot in front of you. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Get tall. Press into the thigh. And get tall. Use that as leverage to get your spine long. And now bring the pelvis forward and the abdominal. Just a slight slant, and you'll notice an increase on the left hip flexors. This is good. This is good. This is really good if you have rounding. And this is good. They're all good. If you bring the arms up, make sure this part is soft. And breathe. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands down, and we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So I like to bring my hands just a step out from under my shoulders, and then straighten one leg, straighten the other, and then keep the knees really bent. I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Keep the knees bent, and hike your hips all the way up in the air. And now, since this is our first dog, just pedal it out a little bit. The head is neutral. Your ears are between your upper arms. And then come to hold your dog with the knees bent. And really, the most important thing is that the spine is straight. Okay? Doesn't matter that the knees are bent, especially if you're new. It doesn't matter anyway. Just the spine is straight. And then you can always work on straightening the knees. So let's just straighten and bend. Relax neck, straighten and bend, and then straighten. Keep it that way. Okay, now from here, come to kneel again and bring your right foot forward. Press into that leg. Oh, we did that side. Sorry. Left side. Left leg up. Get tall first. Press your hands into your left thigh. Get nice and tall in the spine. And then bring the pelvis forward. This is where you'll feel the action of that. Engage your abdominals and stay nice and long. You can stay here. You can go here. You can go here. Another nice thing is to interlace the fingers behind you, like that. And I'm just pulling them away, pressing them away from my buttocks, but I'm not, if that causes any agitation up here, don't do it. Just come to this. This is great. Okay, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Bring the back foot up to meet the front. Stay low. Stay really, really low. Bring your arms out to the side, your head and neck, your nose is looking at the floor. Exhale, and now inhale with that containment of the abdomen to come up. And then exhale, bring your hands in prayer in front of your heart and pause. Okay, second round, come to your mountain pose, and you do that inventory really quick. Where's my feet? Where's my legs? Where's my pelvis? Where's my spine? Chin, crown of the head, reaching up to the heavens. Open the palms. This is a great thing to do several times during the day, just to get your posture aligned. Inhale up, exhale, bend the knees, come forward. Let the head and neck drop. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, flat back. So that legs are straight in that pose, and you're pressing your hands into your shins, and you're leading out with the crown of your head. You're broadening across your collarbone. Bring the hands down to the floor, and now bring the left leg back. The left leg is straight, so you're in a runner's lunge now. Your right knee is bent. So just pause in this pose and take a few seconds in silence to adjust to the pose how you see fit. What does your body want you to do? You might need to come back to what we did before if that's too much, but just see what your body needs. Inhale, exhale, come to kneel again, and then come into your downward facing dog. You can start from tabletop, bring the hands out, and you guys come into your downward facing dog. For those of you who don't do downward dog, just stay here in this tabletop pose, doing a few of these cat-cows. So you're arching your back and then slightly rounding. So that's always the best option, or child's pose. So now I'm going to come back into downward dog. And now this time I'm going to hold the dog. So think of your calves as the energy going down, and think of your thighs as the energy going up. Inhale as you come into plank. So top of a push-up, strong legs, strong belly. And then now bring the knees down. Now roll down through the thighs, strong arms, elbows back, thighs, pelvis, ribs, and then your forehead comes to the floor. Bring your hands to be alongside the chest, and we'll come into a baby cobra. So lifting the chin and the nose and the forehead, you're just looking about maybe 3 inches in front of you. Your pubic bone is pressed into the floor, as are the feet. Lift the hands just a little bit off the floor, like a baby snake. Inhale, exhale, come back and kneel again. Okay, and this time we'll take the left foot forward. Bring the hands down, just around the left foot, and straighten the back leg. So the back toes are curled under, the right leg is straight. And notice the action that's occurring in the right calf, or the right thigh. Don't let the shoulders droop, and let the head and neck be in alignment with them. Inhale. Exhale, bring that back knee down, and now come to rise. So we're going to come up. It's a little different vinyasa than the other quick ones, so I modified this vinyasa. So the hands come to the left thigh, you curl on the back toes, lift the back knee, and come with a flat back. If you can bring your hands to your waist, that always ensures that you're going to keep your shoulder blades on the back. Okay, I think we are going to do some warrior poses now. I just wrote out what I wanted to do. Okay, so warrior one, we're going to do first. So come to stand at the back of your mat and take a good step forward with your right foot. Bring your hands on your waist. Now, take your back foot out even more to widen the stance and come onto the toes, the left toes. So the left heel is up in the air. So this is a variation of Warrior One. Front knees bent, and it's over the ankle. Inhale, bring the arms up and out. I like this pose. Engage your abdomen. This is a pose that you can easily stick out your ribs and chest. Don't do that, just restrain. Restrain the ribs. It's not an extreme back bend like that. There's a slight back bend, but you want to be careful of your lower back. Warrior One. Okay, now inhale, take your hands to your waist. And now we're going to start to shift our weight into the right foot, the right leg. The right leg is a standing leg. The back toes are on the floor, and we're going to tilt from the hip crease, not from the back, and bring our arms out to the side or into that goalpost. The left toes, see how my toes wanted to go out? You want to point them down, and the knee is pointing to the floor. And if you fall out, who cares? You're just practicing balance, strength, and coordination. Okay, so let's just, don't even take the ego out of it. Fix your gaze someplace. Woo! Fix your gaze someplace. And that will help you to stay very focused. Just a soft gaze. This also, in addition to balance, really builds bone density in that standing leg. Okay, I'm flying. Inhale, come on down. All right, shake it out. Okay, hands on the waist. Step the left foot forward and just take that back foot back just a little bit and come up onto your back toe. So the right heel is up, it's perpendicular to the floor. Find a spot on the floor, it might change, but just find a spot on the floor to transition, just to transition into this pose. You're going to shift your weight onto the left leg, and then you're going to lift up that back foot. And my toes are pointing down, and my knees pointing down, and you're coming forward, you're tilting forward from the hip crease, not by rounding the back. The arms can come here, or they can stay here. Or you can use a piece of furniture to hold on to it. Five, four, three, two, and one, and bring it down. And pause. Shake it out. Okay. All right, now we're going to do Warrior Two and Reverse Warrior. So just doing some of the standing poses also for stability and bone health and all sorts of other benefits from these poses. Now, so for Warrior Two, that's a wide-legged pose. Warrior One was, I call it like a railroad track pose. So this one is a wide-legged pose. So just take your feet maybe about 3 to 4 feet wide and look down at your feet. Make sure that they're parallel with each other. And then look at your right foot and turn your right toes to the front of your mat. Make sure that front heel, the right heel, is in alignment with the back arch or the back heel if you need a wider base of support. Basically, you don't want the foot like that. So you want the feet to be intersecting each other, the back heel with the back foot, from the arch to the heel, somewhere along there. Okay, bend the right knee. Right knee goes on top of the ankle and in the direction of the second and third toe. There is a tendency to tilt immediately as you Bend that front knee. So you want to put your hands on these hip bones and make sure they're equal distance from the floor. You'll feel it so much more in your left hip flexors. Arms come out to the side. Look straight ahead right now. Get a nice pause. That back foot, outer back foot is pressing firmly into the floor. Inhale and now exhale. Turn down your front. Look down your front fingertips. Feel yourself as the open and spiritual warriors that we all are. We're always a warrior, or we are, but even now more than ever. Shoot your power out. Now we're going to make it a little dynamic. So on the inhale, I'm straightening my front knee and lifting my arms and looking straight ahead. And exhale, I'm coming back into the classic version of the pose. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. You can lift the pelvic floor and utilize those muscles to strengthen in this pose. Navel back to spine, and then come to hold it. Now take your left hand on your left thigh, just on the top there. Flip your right palm up, and now bring that arm up. Keep the front knee bent, and slide the left hand down just a little bit. So reverse warrior. So this one, we're getting a huge stretch on the right side of the body, the right lateral body. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Bring your hands on your hips, and then turn the foot back to where we were to start, and then heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, the feet together. Pause for a second. Bring your hands to your heart, and just take that in. Notice the effects that that has had on your body. Okay, so I'm going to turn the other way. And I've got a nice wide-legged pose here. Hands are on my waist. And I'm going to check first to make sure that the feet are parallel with each other. Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to turn my left foot as pointing towards the front of the mat. And then the left heel is in alignment with either the back arch or the back heel. Okay, so to come into warrior two, let's inhale. And on the exhale, bend that front knee, and you can always readjust like I just felt I needed to. Take my back foot out a little bit. And again, there's this huge tendency, and I feel myself doing it. So I have to bring my pelvis up so that both hip bones are equal distance from the floor. And now I'm engaging hip flexors, the psoas, and the iliacus. Bring the arms out. Look straight ahead first. Feel your ground. Feel firm and solid in this pose. Inhale, exhale, turn to look down your front fingertips. Front knee loves to go in. Don't let it. So you look over that second and third toe. And look down those front fingertips as you maintain your sense of being in the present moment. You are the warrior in the present moment of our lives, whatever that means. Okay, so we'll make it dynamic now. Inhale, arms come up, front leg straighten. Exhale back into your warrior two. Inhale up, I look straight ahead. Exhale, I look down. Inhale, limbs straighten. Exhale. One more time like this. Inhale, arms up, knee back, knee straighten. And then exhale, look down. Okay, right hand now comes on your right thigh. So just on the side of the thigh, turn your left palm up. Keep this engagement in here. I feel like I always do that, so just make sure you're keeping this contained, your pelvic floor and your abdomen. So the left palm is facing up. Inhale, bring it up, and then slide your right hand down your thigh just a little bit, only to the degree that you feel comfortable with. And if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, just do this. So you're the expert in your body. not me. You know. Keep that left knee from wobbling towards the center. Breathing. Breathing is always good. I really like breathing. And then inhale, come back up to your warrior two. And then hands on your waist. Straighten that front leg. Come back to where we started. And now bring the heels together, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, and come back. Pause for a second. Just notice the effects. And if you notice any space or any variation in sensation in your body, let the mind rest there, even just for a second. And that really will help you to be very present in the body. Okay. We're going to come down to the floor. We're going to lie on our abdomen. So you can make a little pillow for your head to rest on, your forehead, and just rest here for a breath or two. Oh. Shake out your hips, shake out your legs, your torso. Take a moment. Okay, now bring the legs together and bring the hands alongside your chest. Your elbows are just not flopping out to the side. They're going back. If it's too much to have your hands very close to the chest, you can bring it out a little bit, but just keep the elbows going back. So your feet are together, your feet are touching the floor, pubic bone touches the floor, and now we're going to come into a baby cobra, what we did before. Inhale as you lift the chin and the nose, and just come up a little bit. And breathe. See if you can lift your hands just a millimeter off the floor. So we're going to do it a little different. And this works different muscles in the arms and the back. If this hurts, come out. Press the feet into the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Come on down. And turn your head to one side. Turn your head to the other. And then just windshield wiper your legs to release any residual tension. And make circles with your ankles. And then bring the legs down again. And this time we're going to do something just a little different. So bring your hands into that position that's near your chest with your shoulders, your elbows going back. Keep your forehead on the floor. Press the pubic bone into the floor to start. And now inhale as you lift your legs. And now lift your head. If the hands are on the floor. Shoulders are away from the floor. Shoulder blades are going down. If this is too much on your lower back, come down a little lower or come out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, come on down. That's great for the back. We've got to keep our backs really strong and flexible. Ooh. Okay, now this time bring your forehead to the floor and bring the arms alongside you, like this. Okay. So we're going to come into locust. So press the pubic bone into the floor. The feet are pressing the floor to start. Shoulder blades and shoulders are away from the floor. Shoulder blades are going down. Lift the chin, lift the nose, lift the head, lift the arms, and now lift the legs. If it's too much to lift the legs, you can leave them on the floor. So you want to think about distributing the force of this pose, not so much in the lumbar. Take it up through the spine. And if that means coming down more, then you come down. That's what I have to do. The higher up I go, the more I feel it in my lower back, which is not where I want to feel it. Inhale, exhale. Imagine your back muscles knitting together and getting stronger. Inhale and exhale. Come on down. Pause for a second and then windshield wiper. Turn your head the other way. And then come back to child's pose. Push up and then push back. If your buttocks don't meet your heels, put a pillow under there and then let your forehead come to the floor. You can have, and if your forehead doesn't come, put a pillow or a block there. You can bring the arms behind you, or you can stretch the arms out in front of you. Oh, oh. And then come up. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, so you'll need something to sit on, um, like a blanket, like this, or a pillow that's kind of sturdy. And I'm going to sit on the blanket. I like to use this diamond corner of the blanket because it allows my pelvis to be in the proper tilt for this pose. So you'll need that, and you'll need your strap. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to lower this down, is the head to knee pose. So the right leg is stretched in front, and just loop the strap around anywhere on the arch is usually the best. Take your left foot and place it on the inside of the right leg. So the right leg is straight. It's not off to the side. It's straight out of the hip socket. I like to make a fist, or make a loop, I should say, with my straps. So it's head to knee, but I think it should be called heart to foot, because head to knee implies that my head is going down that way. And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to round our backs, especially if you're over 50, but especially if you have osteoporosis or back problems. So I'm holding on to this. I'm pulling back. I feel that, and I'm resisting it also. So I'm coming forward from my hip crease, so not from my back. And if you go to classes, you'll see people doing this. I don't recommend it if you have back problems. So my shoulder blades are on my back. When I do this, they're off my back. So just make sure your shoulder blades are sitting on your back and your neck is relaxed. And then you can start, once your connective tissue gets the idea, the signal to warm up, it's going to let you move a little bit forward. But I can't go too much further than this. This is about my limit. And then breathe. There's a very meditative aspect to this pose. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale to come up. Release your grip on the strap, and then switch out your legs. And then you can see I'm going around and making a loop again. I'm going to take the left knee, so the right knee. Don't just take the knee out and in. Bend, make it into two motions. Bend the knee first, and then take the knee out to the side. It's just more respectful of the knee, because it is really two poses. It's not just this one pose, and you'll protect your knees by thinking about that. Just and other things that you do. Okay, so I've got my hand. I've got a nice firm grasp on my strap. I'm not gripping with my shoulders. I'm not. You want to really be careful in there. I'm pressing my right foot into my left thigh. I'm going to inhale. I'm just going to give myself some time to warm up and to give the connective tissue on this side some time to get used to this. And now we're going to inhale and exhale, come forward from that hip crease. So you're coming forward with your heart. And now I'm looking at my toes. So my head and neck get to be in alignment with my spine. And enjoy the calming effect that this pose can have. The nervous system starts to quiet down. We've done a lot of things before to open up the class up to this point that were more movement based. Not that this isn't movement based, but now we're quieting down. And then inhale, exhale, inhale, come back. And then exhale, let that go. And then you can stretch out the legs and just clap on the meaty, the fleshy part of your legs, not on the bony part, just the fleshy part. And this wakes up your prana, your chi, your life force energy. I'm staying away from the head these days. So, okay. So we're going to do boat pose, and that's really good for the abdominals. So it's also really good to strengthen the hip flexors, probably even better at doing that. So bend your knees, and they're like at a 45-degree angle. You don't worry, you can't really go wrong. So bring the tips of the toes to the floor. And now lean back a little bit and now straighten your back as you do that. So you recalibrate. Okay, keep your hands behind your knees and then inhale, lift the right calf just to be parallel with the floor. The toes are pointed and you're really engaging your abdominals. Take the left arm out. So get used to balancing maybe, or maybe not, whatever feels right for you. And if you want to get crazy, you can bring the other one. But just make sure you don't start doing this. Okay, so you can practice and just stay here. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale and exhale, bring that foot down. Come up without rounding and just knock off any tension that might have caused. Tiptoes to the floor, hands behind the knees, lean back, lengthen again, take the left calf to be parallel with the floor, the toes are pointed, engage the abs, and now take the right arm out. You want to bring both, you can, but don't let the back lose its alignment. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, bring the soles of the feet together and just rock back and forth. That builds up a lot of energy. Okay, now we're going to do both. Okay, tiptoes to the floor. Get tall. Lean back, tiptoes come off. Get tall again. Both legs up. You can keep your hands here. Or you can play with the alternate hands. Right, left, right, left, right, left. That's a Seinfeld. Right, left, right, left. For all you Seinfeld people. Now bring your arms out. Both arms. Keep the back long. Breathe. Toes pointed. Pull the navel in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and oi, there. Okay. Pop it out. And then just do whatever your body wants you to do. Just say, what do I need to do? It's always a good thing to ask. What do I need to do right now? Okay. Wow. So let's do a seated spinal twist. So if you have pre-existing back problems, you're only going to take it to the first part. So let's, the legs are engaged. So it's as if I'm standing on them. My feet are flexed, and now I'm going to bend my right foot, my right knee. Now take the right foot, and you can put it on the outside of the left leg. And then this can be your pose. Take the right arm out, prop it up behind you. It can't be too far back because then you won't be straight. So it's near the buttock, but for me, I don't like to have it right under or right beside the buttock. But just so I can be straight. My left foot is flexed, and I'm just holding on to the outer part of my right thigh with my hand. Now, this could be your pose if you have some back issues. If you don't, then let's go into a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, just turn the belly to the right. Inhale, exhale, just turn the ribs to the right. Inhale, exhale, turn the head and neck. And stay here for a few breaths. With each inhale, you lengthen your spine. And with each exhale, you surrender to the pose. Keep the right shoulder open, right in here. So notice it's not like that. It's open. The shoulder blade is on the back. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. And press into the right, under the ball of the right toe, and in the outer aspect of the right heel. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, turn the head and neck first. Inhale again, turn the chest. Inhale again, and turn the belly. And you can just give a little side, just a side stretch, just to let go of any tension again. Pop up the legs. And now we'll take the left foot to the floor and just get tall to start with. The right foot is flexed. You can stay here and do it. You don't have to bring the foot over if that's too much. So you can stay here. I'll stay here for this side. If you want to bring it over, feel free. I've got my right hand on the outer aspect of my left calf, thigh area, and I've got my left hand back, propping me up. And now I'm engaging my pelvic floor and my navel. I'm engaging those muscles. So now the first thing you want to do, so this is sort of a neutral. It's just a slight twist. Now we're going to go into a little further. Inhale, exhale, turn the belly first, and then pause. Inhale, exhale, turn the ribs. And now inhale, exhale, turn the head and neck. And I've said this before, I love this pose because it always reminds me of my intuition and how to make friends and nourish a relationship with my intuition, because I always think that I'm looking at the voice in the back of my head. And we hear that voice in the back of our head telling us to do this, to do that, as simple as like what aisle in the supermarket to go down. But other times it can be even more dramatic in terms of life decisions. So it's a wonderful thing to pay attention to that sense of intuition. And we have the time, so why not? Inhale, exhale, and now we'll start to come back. Inhale, turn the head. Inhale again, turn the ribs. Inhale, turn the belly back to center, little counter pose just to the side. Okay, good. Give your wrists some love, like Arena had mentioned in the beginning. And now mine are fine. Rub your hands really, really vigorously together. You really work up some heat. Choo, choo, choo. And then bring your hands to your knees and just make figure eights on your knees. Get that heat, your own body, your own healing powers. Okay. Belt time again. Now we're going to go down to lie on the floor. And I don't go down to the floor like this anymore. So I turn to my side. So right now I'm on my right side. I'm going to straighten my right arm out. And I'm just going to rest my right ear on the arm, my right head. And then I'm going to flip over to be on my back. So come to lie on your back. Woo. And now bring your right ankle to the top, to your left thigh, and just place the strap over. Try not to lift your head because it's just very destabilizing for the cervical spine. And then let's just come in to bring the strap, bring it on the ball of the toes, not the arch. It gives a different stretch. And then if you want to, you can straighten the left leg as long as you keep that left foot, I'm just raising it to show you, as long as you keep the left foot flexed. And as long as it doesn't bother your back. That's what really counts. Okay, so we're going to just stay here. You're going to relax your shoulders. There's a tendency to grip here. Just let go of that, but you are pulling. You're creating resistance with the strap and your hands, but you're also creating resistance with the heel pressing out. So there's a dual resistance going on there. Take both tabs of the strap in the right hand. I like to wrap it around again, and then I just take it out to the right. I use my right elbow as a kickstand. And this gets into the adductor muscles. Keep the left hip on the floor. Left leg stays in alignment. And I could feel my foot going out to the side. I'm not looking, so I had to adjust my left foot. Very easy to, it might seem like, gosh, you got to think of all these things, but believe it or not, those are the things that are going to help you to stay in the present moment and keep you ready, get you ready for meditation. Because we're really not thinking of anything else when we're doing this, because we want to treat our bodies respectfully. And now bring that right leg up, switch the placement, both tabs go in the left hand, and the right arm comes out, and you're only bringing that right leg to be over the left thigh. That's it. The right heel is over the left thigh, and this gets into your iliotibials on the side of the right leg in here. Okay, bring the leg to be straight up again. And now to switch, just bring the left foot up, switch placement, and that way you don't have to use your neck. Easy peasy. Both tabs in each hand, the right tab in the right hand, left tab in the left, and then I'm relaxing my elbows on the floor this time. I think last time I had them up here, which is fine. As long as I'm not scrunching my neck in here, I'm just showing a different position. So my right foot I felt was off. Now I've got to flex that foot and act as if I'm actually standing on it. It does not matter how close to your head the left foot comes. What matters is if it is straight. Okay, now take both tabs into the left hand, open up your right arm, and then take it out to the left. Keep the right hip on the floor, and I'm using my left elbow as a kickstand. And my left elbow is touching the floor, holding the strap with my hand. Inhale, bring that leg back up, and now take both tabs into the right hand as you open up the left arm, and that left heel only comes over the right hand. So this is a stretch, it's not a twist, this particular pose. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale, bring the foot down, get rid of your strap, and bring your knees into your chest, make some circles, do what your body wants you to do. Ask it. So let's work with that intuition. What do you need right now? And just do anything before we go into our relaxation pose. And from there, we'll just lengthen out the legs. You can put a pillow under your knees or a rolled up blanket. You can put a rolled up blanket underneath your ankles. We're going to be doing restorative yoga at the end of the week, so we'll get into that more. You could put a pillow under your head, and you might want to put something on you because your body temperature is going to drop now. And this is where you get to enjoy all of the benefits, and your body gets to assimilate and integrate everything that we just did, and makes a mental memory into your nervous system, into your cellular structures. So you enjoy the fruits of your labors here. Take the next few minutes in silence, and then we'll do a little breathing exercise. And now bring your hands to your lower abdomen while you're lying. And with each inhale, notice the rise of the abdomen. And with each exhale, notice the fall. When you inhale, take your breath all the way down to the pelvic floor. And exhale out from the pelvic floor as well. So the breath is going down the lungs, down past the ribs, into the abdominal and pelvic cavity, and then it's being exhaled up along that same line. So you can make this into a little mantra. Out, in. Inhale out, exhale in. Make this better. Inhale out, exhale back. Try that on your own. Do the next one. So deep, long breath. And go slow. And now let go of that breathing practice. Let your next exhale be very, very long. And your next inhale, very slow. Come back to your body. Come back to the weight of your body. Feel your body on the floor or in the chair. Move your fingers and toes. And then come to lie on whatever side is appropriate for you. And just lie there for a second. And just think about one thing that you love about yourself. Then use your hands to help distribute your body weight. Come up to seated, any way that feels right for you. Using our hands in prayer, let your thumbs touch your breastbone and just bow the head. And we'll do a call and response. So I'll say a line and then you can say it. May we have a peaceful mind, an easeful body, and a useful life. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice today, and I'll see you next time.